What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for Daredevil Season 3. Man, this season was fucking... Now, I finished it to watch this season last night. I was gonna do my review right after I finished the final episode, but I didn't. Had to go to bed. So I'm doing it, the day after. And man, this season was so fucking good. Now, some of y'all might be like, "Oh, so what are you rating? Is this the greatest season of the Netflix? Is this the greatest of the Netflix series?" I don't think it's a close second, but I'd still say I like Luke Cage season 2 just a little bit more, if I'm being honest. Daredevil season 3 was fucking amazing, but I gotta give the slight edge to Luke Cage, man. I gotta give the slight edge, and I know that's probably blasphemy, and I know someone's probably going to be like, "Oh my God, this is gonna send me death threats," and then they're gonna be like, "No, you're not a real Marvel fan. Daredevil season 3 is a fucking masterpiece. How dare you say Luke Cage is better?" But that's just my personal opinion. Now, like I said, season 3 of Daredevil was fucking amazing. So, before we begin, like always, of course, Daredevil 2 got canceled, which, out of all of the Netflix series, this one shocked me the most, because if you ask anybody what their favorite of the Netflix series are, or one of their favorites, or without a doubt the most well-known, and the most popular, and most well-received of the Netflix series, it's Daredevil. Everybody loves Daredevil. I love Daredevil. You love Daredevil. We all love Daredevil. It's fucking amazing. It's an amazing television series. So when it got canceled, that's when I kind of started to realize that this was probably all done for the Disney streaming service. Now, if any of them have a chance to come back on the Disney streaming service, which I doubt, because I'm pretty sure I saw like an article, or I watched a video by Comic Book Cast 2 or something along those lines, where they straight up said that we're not going to be doing R-rated content on the Disney streaming service, which I think is now called Disney Plus. I don't know. I know it's got an official name, but I just don't know what it is. And so if that's the case, then we're just going to get a butchered down PG-13 version of Daredevil, which I don't want. I want the R-rated stuff. I want the blood. I want that gore. And I want the zero fucks given, and we will talk about any story whenever we feel like it with the story, because, this definitely has a lot of mature scenes in here with Daredevil Season 3. And I don't know. I was a little sad by that one. That one hit me the most. Then when Punisher got canceled, now Jessica Jones, I'm like, for God's sake, stop canceling these series. Now they're all gone. They're all dead. Fuck them. Fuck you. Anyway. Fuck them. Fuck. Anyway. So as far as the ending goes, if you have not seen Daredevil Season 3, this one's actually the most conclusive, I'd say, out of all of them. I still didn't see Punisher Season 2, which I'm going to be watching next. I was thinking about maybe taking a break, but I think I'm going to watch a little bit more. I think I'm going to watch at least a couple episodes of it sometime tonight. So as far as that is concerned, it's definitely the most conclusive. Like I said, the most conclusive, because it doesn't really set up much of anything. It's not like with Luke Cage, where they set up a lot for Season 3, and that one I'm kind of the most saddened by, because Luke Cage is my favorite, and I was really interested with that ending, and I was really hoping we would get to see what happens, but no, we won't. Iron Fist set some stuff up, but this one's also pretty conclusive, where I can leave happy, where if we never get Season 4, I won't lose sleep over it. This one's set up the least, I'll talk more about the ending, of course, in the spoiler discussion, but anyway, so excuse me. Anyway, with that all out of the way, let's discuss the series in its entirety. So the series stars Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Deborah Ann Wool, Eden Henson, and many more. And of course, the plot of Daredevil Season 3 takes place after the events of it starts right as the Defenders ends, where we see Matt kind of in the explosion as he then gets sucked into this pipe that leads him to the outside, which of course people find him, comes over back to the church he grew up in, and of course we go from there. And as this is going on, the Punisher has agreed to make a deal with the FBI and with Agent Nadine, and so he is then put in house arrest in a penthouse, and of course once Matt hears about catches wind of this, he wants to stop Kingpin, because he's also trying, because he knows that there's some shady business going on, and of course take him down, put him right back into prison. So let's discuss the cast. So as I said, Charlie Cox, man, this dude was. I mean, this man's always been great as Matt Murdock, but here, man, he was fucking to me, but without a doubt. And Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, by God, he was amazing. Where is Vanessa? Did you leave my wife alone? I loved him as the Kingpin, man. I loved him in season 1, and seeing him return in season 3, man, he was just so fucking good. I love the way he talks, with this deep grumbling voice, Vanessa, where is Vanessa? You leave my life, Daredevil. Where is Daredevil? Like, he's just so fucking good. How can I get you anything, Vanessa? Man, he was just so good. But he was great. But the highlight movie was definitely Debian and Wolf as Karen. This woman deserves a fucking Emmy. Like, out of all the performances in this series, she was the MVP. Because she gets the most emotional shit with her. And by God, does this woman is so good. Like, if I had to pick one actor from this whole cast that was worthy of an Emmy, I pick her. Because she, without a doubt, surprised me. This was the best we've ever seen of her. If I was to rate the performances, I'd probably go Deanne, Wilson. It's a tough one. It's a toss-up between Charlie and Vincent. How I would rank there, because they're both so fucking good. I think I'd probably put Charlie a little bit higher than Vincent as Kingpin. Yeah, so the cast itself was great, but I think another, like I said, Wilson, Bethel, who plays Bullseye. I mean, he's never fully called Bullseye in the series. There's not one time where he is called Bullseye. We see him rock the suit, but he's Bullseye. We can all agree he's Bullseye. Or Dex is how he's really called. Special Agent Dex. Man, I just love the man. I love Vincent D'Onofrio's voice. Special Agent Nadine, I'd like to make a deal. Okay, enough of me imitating Vincent D'Onofrio. Enough of that. Let me talk about it. So, his performance as Bullseye was great, as he has a very interesting plot. And in a lot of ways, you can view him as Daredevil's opposite. Kind of like how you could view Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. To Goku. He's kind of Goku's opposite, because when I saw the Broly movie, I always kind of viewed Broly in that one as what Goku could have become if Frieza got his hands on him instead of, Gohan. So, it's kind of similar kind of thing with this one, where Dex could have where Dex is what Matt Murdock could have turned into if he didn't have, of course, his support, his friends and the church with him and all that stuff. And there are scenes where whenever he has to show empathy, and it always sounds forced, which I love that, because I thought that was actually a really nice touch from him for making it purposely sound forced. I won't tell you why that I like that fact in case you haven't seen the series, but if you have, you know exactly why. I think that was actually a really nice touch there, by actually having whenever he has to show empathy, make it sound forced. That was cool. So, with all that being said, let me get to my actual pros. First off, I love the cinematography is gorgeous. The fights are phenomenal, of course. Like all the other seasons, we always gotta get that one action scenes, no cuts. It's the prison one in episode 4. And man, that scene was fucking awesome. I did a whole episode reaction to that one, as well as I also doing to the final episode, which should be up a little after this review drops, guys. So if you guys haven't checked that out, so you guys can check that out after you're done watching this. Yeah, I did episode 4. My man Plan told me, we know it's a masterpiece, it's great, and you're gonna love it. I'm like, alright, I'll react to it. Did the final episode 2, which, man, that final episode was fucking amazing. But the action sequences were fucking amazing. I love the story where it was indeed based off the Daredevil storyline, Born Again. And one thing I love about it is the writing. I love the characters we get introduced. Special Agent Nadine He was great. He was actually very interesting. I really dug his character. Where he's an FBI agent, of course. He finds, and we see how he's handled with the FBI, where he's working with Wilson Fisk, and like I said, another thing I loved was Wilson Fisk. He was amazing. I loved him in this season. And another thing I loved was the pacing and the tension this season. Because, my God, let me tell y'all something. I was tense and on the edge of my seat from probably like episode 4 or 5 onward. Where every time I was like, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode. Then I got around to episode 10. It was getting kind of late, and I was like, okay, I better stop now before I end up, I got school tomorrow. Stop now, Glenn, stop now. Go to bed before you start. Keep going back, because then you'll not fit, because you'll keep watching until you finish the whole thing. So, yeah, like, this season was just so good, man. There's so much tension in this series. So many times where I'm like, oh shit. Like, there were various times throughout this whole season where I legit thought Karen was going to die. I'm dead serious with that. Like, there were so many times where I legit thought she was going to die, and I was like, oh shit. And I also love the fight between Daredevil and Bullseye. I thought that was great. One of my favorite parts was one where he uses like a baseball, hits against the ball, and it directly hits Matt. I love fun, but I'm saying, how could he not dodge that? I mean, his senses are enhanced with his blindness. Shouldn't he have seen that from a mile away and been able to dodge it? I don't know why this guy just sat there as the baseball hit him. Anyway, and the fight, and then man, that was just so good, man. That was so epic. Anyway, and another Daredevil was great. I also love. The nun. Who plays the nun? Jolene Wallace. Her character was also great. I love what she does, and I love this story how it tackles religion and how when Matt to the deepest of his low, he does reject he kind of abandons his fate. And I love that whole stuff with him with the priest. I forget her name, or the sister, or nun I should say, with the nun. I forget her name, and. Yeah, there were so many times this series where I just left episodes just feeling depressed. I was like, fuck, there's no way this series could get more depressing. And then it would top itself. I'm like, no way this series could get more intense, more tense. And then bam, it tops itself in the next episode. It was like a constant game of me feeling like, fuck, like this show just constantly beats you down, and it loves doing it. It takes pleasure in beating you while you're down. It's like getting punched by Star Platinum, but he never lets up. He doesn't stop until he pounds you into dust. It was ridiculous, man. I was just like, fuck. Throughout various episodes, it was a masterpiece, man. This episode so good. And but I can only imagine what the storyline, the series this season was based off of Bored Again, because from the little bit of description I read, jeez, it's more depressing. In that one, Karen Page is a drug addict, and to get another high, she sells off Matt's identity, and then Wilson Fisk takes no time in ruining Matt's life as Matt slowly descends the Matt. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, I almost don't want to read because I don't want to leave after reading the comic with crippling depression. But who knows, maybe one day I will read just out of morbid curiosity. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Anyway, what other positives I have? Already mentioned how much of the cast, of the action scenes. The action scenes were great, and the ending. I also said I love the ending, and I love the final showdown between Daredevil and Wilson Fisk in the ending. It was so good, got some good symbolism at the end of it. It was fucking amazing. I loved this season. It was so good. And of course, like I said, I also loved how Bullseye was handled here. I love how as you guys know, I know next to nothing about Daredevil outside of the 2003 movie. So all I knew about Bullseye was in that movie. So seeing him here and how he was portrayed here, now I don't know if this is more accurate to how he's in the comics, or this is kind of like them or this is just a Netflix series taking their own liberties, what they did with Thanos. If any of y'all can confirm that down in the comment section down below, please do so, because I'm legit curious how he is in the comics compared to how he was in season 3. And yeah, I love the cast. The story was amazing. The writing was spectacular. Action sequences were superb. Acting was godlike. Now, of course, like always, I do have a couple flaws with the series. Nothing major, not too major. Like, I would have liked to see Foggy and also another thing I loved with this episode was episode 10. The episode that was completely focused on Karen Page as we got into her backstory, that was probably one of my favorite episodes. That episode was so fucking good. And Karen's performance, man, my god, I hope this woman got an Emmy for her performance, because god damn it, she deserved it. So as I said, I would like seeing Foggy get some more screen time. He's really not that big. He doesn't really play that big of a role in the series. It's mostly on Dex, Nadine, Matt, Karen, and the Nun. That's like really who are how the season really pays to, or who they pay the most attention to. They don't really, and Nels and Fox guy just left on the back burner, just left on the sidelines. Which I would like to see him get a little more screen time, because I thought Foggy was great in season 1, season 2. One other thing I would have liked to see is Matt rock the red suit again, because he only rocks a black suit, but it's changed for some reason. Like there's like his mask now has an extra like white thing under it. I don't know why that's there. Is that like just a stylistic choice? Does that have some special meaning behind it that I'm unaware of? Please tell me down in the comments below, because I don't know why there's an extra white thing, like an extra like white cloth or something underneath the black mask. Like, why is that even there? I mean, it looks cool. I like its design, but it kind of looks just a little unnecessary to me. I will like to wear this red suit. Now, granted, they do kind of explain why he doesn't wear the red suit here. Besides the fact that his suit was destroyed after the explosion, that apparently he outgrew its message. I don't know what that means, so, but that's like a small nitpick, if I'm being honest, guys. A small nitpick with him. I would have liked to see him wear the red suit, because I love that suit, man. Another negative I have. I would have liked to see the series was a little slow. It wasn't like slow. Now, don't get me wrong, I still loved what I was watching. The little few episodes where we were with Matt and the Nun was great, but I think it was just a little bit more family. One other thing I don't really got was, at the start of the season, Matt's senses are pretty much gone, and he's like a traditional blind man. But as soon as he like puts some water up his nose, spits out some blood, bam, his senses are all back to normal. How does that work? How is spitting blood suddenly make having his enhanced hearing and senses all back? Like, they don't really explain how that works, And actually, he says, all I tasted was nothing but smoke and is nothing but blood and ash, which I guess there was a blood. It was how did that even work? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But these are all really just small nitpicks in my part. Just little small nitpicks. I was like, what the hell? But besides that, if you were maybe disappointed with season 2, which me personally I wasn't. I love season 2. I thought it was fucking phenomenal. I would probably say I liked it a little bit more than season 1, solely because the Punisher was in it, and the Punisher is one of my favorite Marvel heroes. But I'm thinking about rewatching season 1 just because my memory of season 1 sucks. And I would like to rewatch it, with new eyes, and definitely see if my opinions on my favorite MCU Netflix series villain changes between if I, after I rewatch season 1, I think it's actually that the kid that was if it's my favorite instead of Cottonmouth, or I might am still saying that I think Cottonmouth is better. I don't know. I'm definitely curious so I might end up rewatching season 1 again. Hell, I might rewatch season 2 because fucking why not? Rewatch The Punisher. So yeah, speaking of Punisher, season 2 is up next. I can't wait to rewatch it. I can't wait to see that, man. So before I get into my spoiler section, guys, give you guys my final verdict, and we'll go from there. So overall, I will give Daredevil season 3 a 10 out of 10 like usual, guys. If y'all have watched my reviews and Netflix, y'all already know what my final verdict is gonna be. And yeah, if you haven't seen season 3, get up off your ass, load up Netflix, and start binging this shit, ladies and gentlemen, because trust me, you will fucking love it. So, with all that being said, let's get into the spoilers. So, we'll get into the spoiler section in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, still here? Great. Time for spoilers. So, let's first talk about the ending. So, after the fight between Wilson and Daredevil, Wilson Fisk drives Bullseye right into like this brick wall, spine first. And once I was like, oh! And he says, I can't move. and he's like having like some surgery to repair his spine, so that he I guess can use get his legs back, can use his legs again, and and when he awakens, which his eyes are different, where they kind of look like a little bit of a reticle. Of course, setting up that in season 4, if it was going to happen, we would have gotten Bullseye costume and all. Which no, we probably won't. We also do see, and also the connective tissues to this with the rest of the Marvel Netflix series was definitely very minimal. Not like how it was in Daredevil season, in Luke Cage and Iron Fist season 2, where there was connective tissue all over the place. This is kind of minute, where we only see one character kind of make an appearance, which is Mariah Stokes' lawyer, and one offhand and one reference at the end of the at the final episode to Jessica Jones, where they drop her name specifically. I think I couldn't get what all it said, what Matt said, but I think she said you're a better investigator than Jessica Jones. So I thought I was like, yo, finally some connective tissue. So that was cool. Now let me talk about the fight itself. The final fight, the final showdown between Matt and Wilson Fisk. By God, but this fight's so fucking good, man. I loved how throughout the series, like I said earlier on, I said how the series constantly keeps beating you down. Why I thought the series can't get more depressing. It gets more depressing. Why I think no way the series can top this. There's no way this series can get more intense. The stats cannot be stacked higher against Matt Murdock. They keep stacking them, and that is because of Wilson Fisk. This show shows you how much of a threat he actually is as not just as as a fighter, because if Wilson Fisk was in some hand-to-hand combat, he gonna take care of himself. But his mind, his reach, that's when we see how truly dangerous Wilson Fisk is, and how unstoppable he really is with his reach, his mind, how he can manipulate people, which is what he does. He manipulates Dex, turns him into a murderer. He even kidnaps his girlfriend Julie, or his wannabe girlfriend, or person that he stalks, Julie. Which, by the way, this bitch Julie puts broccoli on a fucking pizza. Who in the right fucking mind puts broccoli on pizza? How dare you tarnish pizza with broccoli? That's worth the fucking pineapples. Disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. But I was like, this is a fucking disgrace to pizza. How dare you disrespect pizza like that? Anyway, ranted that over. So I love that. Not the broccoli on pizza, but I liked the little stuff with the soccer and thing. I loved how we saw him manipulating Matt, or Dex, I should say, slowly over time. I like the whole relationship with Agent Nadine, and his relation where he's kind of like, or he's a family man trying to get promotion, but he can't because he's kind of because he's in debt, and where he's in debt, and so that's why he can't get promotion. He's trying to balance his family life, and of course, later on, when shit hits a fan, he starts having where we find out that actually the FBI is working for the Kingpin, and this is all just like extortion plot to get rid of his opponents. It was great, and how he's kind of balancing that, how he's dealing with that. Eventually, he ends up just joining Daredevil, and Daredevil shows off who he truly is. I was like, oh my God, have you lost your damn mind, man? And when Dex dies, and when he dies at the hands of Daredevil, he says, "I'm sorry." That sounds really hard. Like I said, I loved how they showed off how every time he has to show empathy, it always sounds forced because he's a psychopath, because of his backstory. Because when he was a kid, he never had a good childhood. His parents died, and when the baseball coach told him, like, "Hey man, I'm gonna bench you," when he's pitching a perfect game, no one's touching him, and he's like, "No man, I gotta pitch a perfect game. I gotta do it." And then he says, "Bro, pitching a perfect game ain't gonna bring your parents back." He just kills him with the baseball, and we see him having these trials, or he's having these appointments with his psychiatrist, and how she's trying to teach him to be a better guy, and how man, this whole arc with Dex was really interesting. I really dug how we took care of him, how how it was, and everything happened. There's a couple times where he almost killed his psychiatrist. But yeah, I mean that whole section right there was also great. Music was pretty good. I won't lie, it was kind of disappointing. compared to Iron Fist Season 2, because you guys saw my review for that. I said Iron Fist Season 2 had the best soundtrack in the Marvel Universe. So going from that to Daredevil was kind of like, oh man, there's barely any tracks I recognize. There weren't many times I was Shazam. It was like only one time. Yeah, I loved the intro, man. That I love the Daredevil intro, man. It's been so long since I've heard it, and hearing it again was just felt so right. I love the whole stuff with Vanessa and Wilson Fisk. That was another thing I loved. I love how this one that was Vanessa is, and that's like the one thing Wilson cares about. How he desperately tries to make sure she doesn't dirty her hands, so that she never has to worry about going to prison or nothing for his actions. And then Vanessa says, bring me in. I want to be part of your life. I want to be fully invested with you, Wilson Fisk. And, she brings him in there, and when she does, she's sitting in his chair, and, Agent Union's gone back to his house after he socks Foggy after, after this guy manages to get to the juries, the jurors. In the court case, when especially when Nadine goes out and goes on the record saying, I've seen Wilson Fisk do all these things, and they thought they won. Then we see Wilson Fisk got to the juries. They end up not indicting Wilson Fisk because otherwise he's gonna kill them at their places. And then when Nadine goes back to his house to say what he's done to give his final testimony. We see Vanessa when he walks in, and she, my God, Vanessa, this woman's fucking ruthless here. Because Wilson Fisk, he wasn't, he was kind of let down straight up killing Special Agent Nadine, but Vanessa, she's like, is he a threat? Yes, Vanessa. Then kill him. I was like, goddamn woman, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with you? Like, I was like, what the fuck? This is some fucked up shit. What's going on here? And the final fight with Wilson and Daredevil, where Daredevil desperately wants to kill Wilson Fisk after oh my God, this was such a catharsis beatdown as he just keeps beating him, ruining the painting Wilson Fisk holds so deep to his heart. Just, the epic symbolism there, as he just keep beating and wailing. I was like, yeah, keep beating, keep beating. He keeps beating and beating. Vanessa's like, stop. And then Daredevil stops after one punch, and he goes to snap his neck, but he desperately wants to, but he can't. And he lets out this, because this is I forget the exact wording Wilson Fisk used for Dex. Is a cardinal scream, I think it was. He just lets it out. He's like, yeah! And Wilson's like, kill me. No, I won't. God knows I want to. But you have no right to destroy who I am. I was like, yes! This is so fucking awesome! That fight was so fucking good. Ladies and gentlemen, that fight was so good. So good, man. I absolutely loved it, man. That fight was, man, I cannot praise the series enough for that final fight, because overall the fight choreography there was great, the acting was superb, and I just love the symbolism there with him as well as Matt is beating the ever living shit out of Wilson Fisk there. His pain that holds so deep it gets covered in blood, ruining it, just like how he's ruined his chances with ever having a happy life, a happy ever after with Vanessa. And there were so many times that final episode where I was like, is he gonna kill Kingpin? Is he gonna let Bullseye kill Vanessa? Is he gonna let him kill, Kingpin? Or is he gonna let him kill Vanessa before he kills Kingpin? There were so many thoughts going in my mind where I was like, how is this fight going to turn out? And oh my God, and it was so good. But one scene I just couldn't help but start laughing at was after he beats up Wilson Fisk, and after he's turned into the police, we literally see him perched on top of this rooftop, straight up like Spider-Man. I couldn't help but start laughing my ass off, because I'm like, Matt, you are not Spider-Man. Why are you perched like that, man? I legit Could not stop laughing at that. Not just because I don't see Daredevil perched on at a rooftop like that. That's Spider-Man's thing. Which, by the way, I would love to see a Daredevil Spider-Man crossover series, but that'll probably never happen. Realistically, maybe we might get an anime TV series on that. I don't know, but man, that was so cool, man. I love that. That fight was so good. Daredevil is just an overall amazing series, guys. Anyway, this review has gone on 30 minutes. Did not expect it to go this long, but I'm gonna end it here, guys. So yeah, guys. So if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.